I know. You've seen the thumbnail and you're thinking, what the fuck is this guy on about? Because every other copywriting YouTuber is telling me to learn emails. Well, if you want to be like every other wannabe copywriter in Tyson 4D server, Tom Stoic servers, Cardinal Mason server, and you want to keep practicing those emails but not actually being able to land a paid copywriting client, go for it. Guys, the truth is in 2025, it will be harder than ever before to actually become a copywriter, and not just because of AI. Simply put, the information out there is outdated, oversaturated, and doesn't actually cater to anyone wanting to start out as a copywriter. Here are the 4 best opportunities and forms that I recommend you write going into 2025. By the way, number 4 is absolute gold dust. I didn't hear anyone talk about this when I began copywriting, and it literally made me a paid copywriter by itself. All that I ask is that if this video does help you, please consider subscribing and leave me a comment below so I can keep bringing you more content like this. So the first copywriting form I recommend you learn is emails. I know you're about to dislike the video, you're going to say that's hypocritical. Hear me out. In terms of the first copywriting you do to become a copywriter, it's usually not emails. And there's a very good reason for this. Of course, you might have heard emails are very high ROI, which is return on investment for a business. So it's like a 36x basically return. From your perspective, this obviously sounds great, which is why all the gurus are telling you to learn email. Because for you, it means you can make as much money as possible doing the least work as possible. But I want you to consider a business's perspective. When they have an email list sitting there, essentially it's a gold mine, but that mine can collapse. It's a massive risk to trust a newbie copywriter with that power. Essentially, the reason emails are 36 ROI is because those are already qualified and paid customers. They've already bought from that brand or that business. And for most businesses, most sales come from people who've already purchased their products, have built that trust, and are primed and ready to buy again, or they can be nudged to buy again. Does that make sense? So if you reach out to them saying, hey, are you doing anything with email, but you don't yet have any proof that any emails you write convert, or you haven't actually written any emails for a brand, you've just written it in a Google Doc, they are not going to trust you with that gold mine. So I want you to think about, yes, email is very valuable, but it's something you have to work towards because they're trusting you with 70, 80, 90% of their business, customers that have already bought from them that are loyal to them. So they don't want you to fuck it up, basically. So that's why I recommend you don't start out with email. It's something you can work towards. And the next 3 forms of copywriting are ones that are going to help you get to eventually managing and writing those emails. Number 2 is one that I have literally written for coming on to 3 years in 2025. It's social media captions. And I know what you're thinking. Social media captions are probably the easiest one to get replaced by AI. And it's true to an extent, but having written emails literally for 11-figure and 10-figure brands and used Perplexity AI, ChatGPT to come up with the copy and try and help me, it's fucking shit. It's so bad. Like, man, it's ass. But what's great about captions is they're a way to get your foot in the door with a business. They're probably doing their captions already. And for most people, it's a chore to write them. That's where you come in, because your copy here is not going to be like the greatest ROI for them. Obviously not. You're able to go into detail about whatever's in the picture or video being posted and have it fit their brand tone. Even though it's quite easy to do, it's showing them that you understand their brand tone, their business, their niche, and they want to know what more you can offer them. So yeah, I'd highly recommend captions, particularly for businesses and brands that post very frequently, and maybe it's more of a chore for them to upkeep the quality of their social media caption copywriting. Number 3 actually leads on from the other form in the thumbnail, which is VSLs. If you don't know, that's a video sales letter. So this is usually on someone's website or on a landing page, and it will try and convince you to buy. It's like if I had a YouTube video on some sort of product I was selling, right? Same thing. Now, what I'm going to recommend is very similar to this, but I will tell you why VSLs, for the most part, didn't work for me in 2024 and even 2023. First of all, they're long and they take a lot of effort. The structure's a bit hard to grasp, especially as a beginner because of that length. Also, even if you deliver a really good quality one, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be reading off a script while they're recording. But you can see for me, I'm not reading off a script right now. I don't have a fucking teleprompter in the back because it wouldn't flow naturally. So when you give the VSL to people, they don't use 80% of it. I've done it for personal coaches before and they struggle to use it. You might have parts or bits of copy you really like and are really strong, in that sales letter. And because they're human, they're not going to use all the letter. They miss it out. They miss out something key, right? They might miss out a call to action here or there. They might miss out like some sort of framing you're doing. But what if I told you you can do the equivalent of a VSL without the length and without that kind of human error where they essentially don't use 80% of your copy? Guys, the next one is video scripts for either short videos, very short videos like reels, where the person will likely stick to that script because it's so short, or an AI YouTube channel or content creator. Why does this work? You're essentially doing a similar thing to a video sales letter. Instead of the person trying to remember and trying to read off a script, you are just feeding your copy to an AI. And how many AI YouTube channels or I don't know, IG pages have you been seeing recently? There's quite a lot. From what I've seen, a lot of them genuinely don't have that good scripts. And the great thing about this is, again, you just feed the AI the copy. If the copy's good, it's going to have an impact. So yeah, I think that's a really underrated one. And actually, you won't get replaced by AI for this. It actually helps AI and it helps AI channels. And now for number 4. And this is gold dust, guys, as I said in the intro. This got me started in copywriting. My first paid client got me my copywriting job on 11-figure, 10-figure brands. It is ad copywriting. And I'm not talking the ads you see, when you go on like the metro or the subway and you see those at the top. No, I'm talking digital ads, meta ads, so Facebook, Instagram. You could maybe do X ads, whatever. Now, I want to explain something incredibly important that I think a lot of you aren't aware about. A lot of you don't understand where a copywriter fits into the world of marketing. So working for brands, working for businesses, that's referred to as in-house. Essentially, the brand will pay you directly to write the copy. So I know I said ads, I'm going to use that example. They could pay you to do the copywriting for that. They could pay someone to do the video editing. They could pay someone to follow up on the leads they get from that ad. What a lot of businesses do as they get bigger, especially, is they will just pay an agency. Beyond copywriting, you might have heard of all these other ventures to try and get that like 10K a month, right? You might have heard of video editing, as I mentioned before. You might have heard of SMMA, which is Social Media Marketing Agency. You're not in competition with the video editors or the SMMAs. Actually, the SMMAs can provide you with work. Businesses are always going to do what's best for them. They're not going to pay 5 fucking people to do an ad. They're going to pay an agency. What does this mean for you? It is honestly a cheat code to go to a new SMMA or a social media marketing agency owner and you ask them for work. Literally, you only focus on doing the copy. So all the other areas you're struggling with to become a copywriter, like the outreach, like the sales school, that's gone. Or someone else does the fucking sales, the closing. They're outreaching to the clients. The client comes back and says, hey, I want this ad this way. The agency owner says, hey, can you write this? And he assigns work to the video editor, whatever. Now, you are not going to get paid as much as you would be if you had done the freelance copywriting. But we're talking about becoming a copywriter here. Stop worrying about the 5K a month, stop worrying about the 10K a month until you've made your first $100, $500, $1,000. And then you can worry about that. Then you can worry about the emails. Back in 2023, when I started, everyone was saying emails as well, right? They are proven to work, but they are so oversaturated with new shitty copywriters. Okay, I'm telling you now, to get to that email level, you do things like ads where you can ask the agency owner to screenshot on Meta backend or on Facebook backend the progress of each ad. What's the cost per lead? What's the cost per result? How many leads are you getting for the spend? All these things from a business standpoint, you can put on your portfolio, you can show to future clients that you want to write emails for. And what does it prove? It proves your copy converts. That's the most important thing. They will then trust you and know, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. That's how you get your foot in the door with the emails, okay? So yeah, guys, I'd highly recommend ads. Reach out to new and coming agency owners just like yourself. Reach out to video editors just like yourself who are new and network with them. The great thing is that they aren't in competition with you and you can both help each other. That's what I'd highly recommend. I don't know if anyone else is going to talk about this, so I believe you're getting ahead with this video. So guys, those are the 4 best copywriting opportunities coming in 2025. And again, if this video was helpful, please consider subscribing and also leave me a comment below to let me know this video helped, because I can keep bringing you more content like this. That's all guys, thanks for watching and see you soon.